to try and make my story as coherent and like condensed as possible, I made sure that I just like wrote down an outline because I have gone the whole spectrum as far as diet is
Hmm.
concerned. And I started really early, probably around 19 or 20. I became a little bit aware of dairy and the factory farming and stuff like that. And it was through those documentaries that all of us are inundated with the same documentaries. I think it was I can't remember. I'm 34 now. So this is over 15 years, that I've been trying to figure out the answers for my diet as far as health is concerned. So, yeah, I was 20 and 21 years old. Forks Over Knives. There was another documentary, Cowspiracy. I had a few raw alkaline juice books. Um, what else? What the Health? That was like one of the recent ones I saw. And then I saw like a counter argument of What the Health. But I was still so like programmed into wanting to believe everything that What the Health was talking about that I didn't even want to hear any counter argument, right? My mind was made up because I knew everything. So um, after still sticking with the no animal products, which was recently, but I'm going to back up to when I got sick, which was around the age of 26. And I had fibroids and I ended up needing to have a procedure done. It wasn't a surgery, like I didn't get cut open. I can't remember the name exactly of what the procedure was, but I was in and out the same day. And it did alleviate the pain. The fibroids grew, they shrunk down a lot. And the pain of suffering with that is what led me deeper into like the whole raw food being the answer and juicing and kale and eating high vibratory food, that whole thing. And so just trying to do what I thought at the time was best for my health. And so I did notice some improvement. Actually, the doctors were asking me what was I doing because, if it wasn't for how dogged I became with not like consuming any kind of chemicals, no dairy, no animal products, just all clean, healthy food, um, my health should be getting better. And so my kidneys were actually at risk at that time. And so everything I was doing somehow with the juicing and staying away from sugar, how that helped my kidneys not deteriorate because the fibroids were growing so big. So after I got over that whole ordeal with the fibroids, and then my health actually improving after that, that's what kind of solidified, like, oh, I may have found something, right? This is working. I found the golden, the cure all, like I know it all, right? And so, let me see, after age 26, for probably from 26 to the age 30, keep in mind, I had stayed away from milk from like age 19 up all the way up until right like now, and beef and pork and just all of that for a lot of years, even though I was eating fish still at certain points. And just eliminating foods here and there and trying different combinations like how we all do before we realize all of this shit is, none of it is holistic and long term, right? You just keep like getting these highs and like, oh, I'm doing something, right? Like I'm ascending. You're not fucking ascending nowhere. Like, no, this. has nothing to do with your cognitive like awareness of self. And so they get you with the whole, you're ascending and you can't ascend or become enlightened, whatever that means, right? If you're eating, if you're drinking milk or eating eggs. And so I feel like I've been depriving myself of a lot of these nutrients from these animal products and milk and things of that nature for years. And when I really had to sit down and think about it before I did this interview, I didn't even realize how long. And so now when I'm looking at all the symptoms I was having this year, it makes a lot of sense why I got so sick and almost ended up, in the hospital. Because you ignore that internal intelligence that we all have because you're so doggedly attached to your fucking beliefs, and you're not listening. Like, oh my God, my teeth are decaying. Why are my teeth falling out? Oh my God, what, like, what? I'm getting all the calcium I need from almond breeze. Like, no, you're not. Clearly, okay? Because I'm sitting here telling the dentist, like, no, I don't even eat food, but like I eat clean food, I eat juice and blah, blah, blah. I drink 50 gallons of water a day. Like I stay away from sugar. I don't eat this. I don't eat that. I don't eat candy. And so she's like, well then, and even I'm asking myself too, like, well, what is going on here, right? There should be no reason because how I'm eating is better, right? Better than most people. This is what you think. You think you're better than other people. And you're not equating it to your diet. I didn't think to equate that, right? So throughout those years, like I said, I experimented with the different fats that they say you need, walnuts, avocado, and I can't even eat avocado because it makes me throw up. Literally, I tried to eat them, and guacamole, all that shit, like, it's like my body rejects it. So I was using walnuts, and I would put it in my juice and all this. And clearly, that's not enough because I'm like losing weight, whittling away. I'm like whittling away, and I just could not get enough fat in my diet to save my life. I mean, I've lost like a total of 50 pounds possibly. Like my normal weight was usually around 180, and I went to like 135. But again, like this was over the span of like a lot of years, and then coming to the realization that like there is going to be no weight for me to gain on this diet. Like I am not going to gain any weight on this diet, okay? Like my body is starting to reject all of this food. I like threw up after eating a banana one time, even an apple. So all of this is starting to happen over like the past 2 years. And I'm not understanding. I'm just like, I'm buying organic fruit, right? For those of you who are, oh, it wasn't organic. It didn't matter if it was organic, if I got it from Trader Joe's, if I got it, like, it didn't matter. So I'm like breaking out. My skin is like starting to become horrible. And like, I never had acne problem. The last time I had acne, I was 13. And once it cleared up, that was the end of it. And so I started having like, these, probably can't see, but like these dots on my arms, literally. And over the past like 4 months, my face started to just, it was like this cystic acne that I've never seen in my life. Painful, like I have a scar. I don't even know, like I would have to get really close, but there's a hole, kind of like a dent, like right in between my eyebrows now because I had got this huge, like, I don't even know what that was. Okay, and I'm just like, something is wrong because I started to get those, like, you know, and then I knew that that was indication of my organs having problems because that's what my innate intelligence is telling me. And because I have such a strong connection to my body now, I can assess what is happening inside of me. And I've been validated countless times already from doctors. So it's like, why am I going to you when I already have the innate intelligence to know what's going on with my own body? And so then I was becoming worried over the past few weeks. And then I'm losing all this weight and the body acne was just getting worse. And the intense migraines, like I've had migraines, but the kinds of headaches I've been getting lately is like unlike anything I've ever had in my life. And so I finally got the message, right, from my innate intelligence to, you need some fat in your diet. Then I got this whole download of information of what I was deficient in, what it was from, and just like that whole programming just broke down on its own. And I went out and I got some ice cream, and it was some non-GMO, it's a like fresh cream ice cream. And this is really important for people to know because actually this was all the validation I needed, that the download I received of what was going on nutritionally in my body and my brain was correct. The first scoop of ice cream that I had, right? Very literally, I felt that shit go directly to my brain right up here. Like, it felt like some kind of hole just sealed up. I was like, I wanted to cry. At that moment, I realized, then I felt it go to my left leg, my lower, the bones in my shin. And that was the validation that I was starving. It was a slow starvation. And that's like the worst because it's like by the time you realize, shit could be fatal by the time like you know, because it's a program that people have to eject, right? And the quicker people, you know, can let down their egos and be like, I don't know everything, that we are all operating under some kind of program, whether we want to believe it or not. All of us can be fooled. All of us can be tricked. Nobody here is beyond falling into a trap, right? Like, that's why it's a trap. If you knew it was a trap, you would avoid it. If you knew that like avoiding animal products or just not having a more holistic diet could lead me here to slow starvation. Oh no, I'm cleansing. Like everything is always detox symptoms, right? Because this is what I'm attributing it to. Because like I said, I went through liquortarian, fructarian, vegan, raw food. I took all the flax seeds in the world. Like, I mean, when I do stuff, I do it hard. Like, I do shit thorough. That's just how I am. Like, I was the annoying bitch in fucking college, showing up to class 10 minutes early to be just to be there early. I was that annoying part, right? So, like, I do everything hard. So, like, nobody can say, like, oh, you did it wrong. What the fuck does that even mean, you did it wrong? I'm just like, that shit was not sustaining my fucking body. It gets to a point where I'm juicing my food. Like I said, it was a slow awakening process. But I got to a point even a few months ago or last year where I'm juicing my shit and I'm like, this is not natural. If I was like pre-civilization, pre all this shit, how was I consuming food? Was I waking up out of my tree, going down, climbing down, and putting fruit in a fucking juicer? Were we doing that? We was, right? We was doing that. I just can't. And I was becoming so annoyed and aggravated with just all the food, all of it, right? And that's when I went into like, I'm doing a water fast. My body just like threw me into a water fast. But I did even that for a few days, and I did feel like it rebooted me, but I feel like after that I should have returned back to eating meat and grounding myself or even some fish or whatever, but I didn't. And so that's why I think I had to crash a few weeks ago, really, with the brain fogginess.
When did you eat the ice cream and was this?
About 3 weeks ago.
Ah, okay. How long were you
Yeah,
vegan
so
altogether then?
I actually didn't claim the vegan title probably when I had a guru. This was when I found Hinduism. I was 33. So from January 2000, or in 2017, I was following a Hindu guru, and he was the one who brought up the factory farming really and just like brought into the whole thing with like animals feeling pain and their pain transcending into the meat and us consuming it and all that. So like they give you that program, right? And you're like, oh my God, this makes sense, right? And so, but that's when I claimed like, okay, no more animal products. I left fish alone. I left just all of it. So I actually kicked up the malnutrition a notch for the whole of 2017, when I think about it. And so it was solely because of the teachings that I was getting from this guru and associating it with elevation of consciousness and clearing out your temple and all of this like disdain and hatred for your body, that it's this disgusting like thing, and you just start to hate having a body, and then like that whole psychological game starts to come in. And like I said, it was a dogged mentality that I can see that I had at that time. You become highly judgmental of people. You know better. You feel like you have some like magical fucking protection because you have a guru and like you know everything now and you're right and everybody else is wrong. Even if you say like, oh, everybody can have their own beliefs, you secretly still carry this pious, you know what I mean? And so I had that, and it was in regards to food also. So that's when I got really strong into it.
What
But
did you eat before 2017 then? Some animal products now and then? Or
sometimes like fish, yeah, if someone was cooking it or, it wasn't a lot, but I did sometimes.
how often? Every few weeks?
Probably, yeah, every few weeks, maybe once a month,
Hmm. Okay.
like that.
So it was starvation already. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was slowly removing stuff from my diet
Hmm.
because then you have the new age people, right? So after I broke out of the religious doctrine piece, right, you go back into the whole new age spirituality, which is another form of religiosity
Hmm.
with how people act. You already know. You know what I'm saying? And it's this victim, aggressor, savior paradigm still that you're operating under. You're not saving no fucking body. Okay? So you fall into that trap. And then they get you again with the veganism shit in that whole savior paradigm.
Hmm.
Forget, forget what is it, self-preservation. Okay, that your self-preservation is secondary. And so it's all these traps that I just want people to see that like all of us have to be deluded in order to wake up or see the trap so that you're not trapped again. Okay, like all of us have to get trapped into something or be deluded by something. That's how you learn. How else are you going to learn? And so this is why I can have no ego or say, I don't know shit here. I don't know nothing. I don't know what nobody needs to do. I don't know what nobody needs to eat. I don't have no advice for nobody's life. I just know what this clear knowing ability that I have that is now solid voice is never steering me wrong. And so I'm going to continue to listen to that because I've been listening to all the other voices my whole damn life. And so have you. Like, you've talked about this on your channel. Countless ex-vegans have spoke about this, doing the whole circle around all this dietary shit before you fucking realize, wow, maybe I need to listen to my innate intelligence for a chance. For a chance. Let me turn off all these other fucking voices, the life coach, the spiritual guru, the fucking your person over there telling you to do yoga, this person telling you to lift weight, that person telling you to drink water, the education system. Like, I can go on and on. Like, turn off all that shit. All of it is a program. Right? This is why when I talk about, the voice that, or these visions I get, like my mom used to have the same thing. She would see shit all the time and it would come to pass, or like she could just see straight through shit. Like, she just saw through the veil like crazy. And so when she passed away last year, that intensified. And all the things that she was telling me about my diet and telling me about my guru and telling me about the choices I was making all came to pass. All of it, I got proof. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, who am I going to listen to moving forward now? I listened to everybody my whole life. Now I'm being shown that there is a all-knowing intelligence that I have access to that is leading me where I need to fucking go. I don't know what nobody else needs to do. My advice to everyone is tap into that all-knowing intelligence and you will know what to do and what to eat and what not to eat and what's natural, which is a loosely used word, and what's not. So...
Would you say that this whole thing about the innocent animals and all of that is religious? Would you say that veganism is a religion?
Yes, it's a victim, villain, savior. It's that paradigm still, because everything consumes something here. Everything. Like, if you want to remove the delusion from your face for a second and say, wait, that consumes that, and there's a food chain here, there's an order, there's some kind of order here. There's animals in the ocean and there's an order there too. Okay, then you come to land and there's animals and I'm an animal, but somehow I've forgotten that I'm an animal, but like, I'm going to remove myself from this whole chain and just, everything's consuming something. And so my question is, what's consuming us? Something is consuming us here. I have my own ideas, but like, we just can't see what's consuming us, but something is. We are a part of a food chain. Everything, there's no such thing as violence. Nature is violent. There's tons of violent, like, what is, like, I can't. It's like I reached the identity crisis because once all these programs broke down in my mind, that's when my clear knowing ability just intensified. I was like predicting, reading people's minds. I was like diagnosing family members and they were even shocked, right? Like, it's like once all that shit deconstructed, I got depressed for a little bit because you feel this void. But then all of this like downloads started coming of like my health and other people around me and all of this information that was actually helping me, right, better myself. No one else, just me. Because again, I'm not here arguing with nobody. You eat, do whatever the hell you want, pray to who you want, do whatever you want. Like, I don't have energy for it no more. I've been around the whole board. I've been there. The fighting people and right and wrong, all that.
Did you also get into supplements such as B12 or anything? Yeah.
Of course. No B12, but I was doing the powders and the those all of the green powders that they break down and tell you to put into your...
Yeah. Was it very expensive?
For from what I can remember, I would go to the wholesale places though. So like if I got a bag of walnuts, I would go to BJ's and they would have like a $16 bag and I would just get like the big bag.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I got was wholesale because if not, like you're spending your whole fucking like, and then again it just gets to a point where I'm like, is this natural? If you want to talk about what's natural for a human diet, we were not taking supplements. Like, when did even taking supplements become okay? Like, I remember I was taking a supplement one day and I was just like, this is not, it almost makes you want to scream, right? How fucking ridiculous. Like, once you see it, you're like, oh, they got us so good. Oops, sorry.
That's okay.
I was like, oh, they got us so good. You know, like I give it to them, yo, veganism. That was a good one. Oh, that was a good illusion. Oh my God, I'm gonna save the planet, the animals, and my health. Oh, it's a win-win-win-win. That's how they, oh my God, it's so funny. I was cracking so many jokes. With my dad the other day, I was like, I was literally approaching the chalk line. Like, you know how the chalk line when you're laying when you're dead? I was approaching the chalk line a month ago. I'm telling you, when I drank some milk, it was from a local farm. It wasn't raw though. I felt it, like I said, going to my brain. I literally felt my bones. Like I said, I have a strong connection to my body. I felt my body reconstructing over the past 3 weeks.
Hmm.
Very literally, I was going to sleep a lot earlier. I feel a lot calmer. My skin is starting to, like the stuff that was going on with my face is starting to like smooth out. The lines that were under my eyes are like filled in. There were like some fine lines. It wasn't like bags, but I could know, I noticed it. And so what else have I been eating? I've been keeping a food diary
Mm-hmm.
just to keep track of what I'm eating. But I even had a few people say, oh, you know, you just didn't know what you were missing, or, oh, the human body, we actually don't need anything, right? You'll have those people saying, we don't need anything. I bought into that too. Hence the whole water fasting. I don't need anything. I'm fine. I don't need nothing. I can just exist on water. I can just exist on water. You know, you think you're so fucking, anyway, it's like, it's ridiculous. Okay, I don't need nothing, but I was approaching the chalk line and looking at the fucking reaper in the corner of my room. Like, but I don't need anything and I'm fucking dying over here. Okay, you continue that shit if you want to. Like I said, I don't. These things are to help with something short term. That is it. It is not to make your life. It just isn't. That's what I've been shown. But everyone has to go their own course and learn their own lesson. People are at different levels here. So this is why I'm able to not that I don't care what people are, but like everyone has to have their own lesson. You had your lesson, right? I had my lesson. All of these ex-vegan interviews had their lesson. You know what I mean? All of these people following gurus. You only need a guru until you don't. They need their lesson. Like all of us, nobody's fucking better. All of us is here learning. So anybody that want to sit there and tell you they know it all and got all the answers for your life, you better fucking run. You better run quickly. Okay?
What do you eat
And
nowadays
you
then?
oh, what do I eat now? What I've been eating the past 3 weeks have just been along the lines of milk, dairy, cheese, and like I said, I get it from not the factory farmed stuff. And I'm noticing like the eggs were giving me a lot of energy. Even the fish, I really felt the fish go up here a lot. Like I really felt clarity in here after eating the fish. And So what else? The ice cream, I make sure I eat that every day.
Hmm.
And that has just been, again, like, not to be funny, but, like I said, I listen to my body. I'm not listening to no one else moving forward in life. Okay. Um, the ice cream I feel and the fish has been like really, I've been feeling the most physical, like regeneration from somehow. And I enjoy that. So I eat that and I have not had any digestion problems. And so that's why when I came across your videos, I was so terrified, like, oh my God, these people have like permanent, digestion problems. But I am just so grateful that my digestion has been perfect.
Hmm.
Perfect. Like, I'm like, what the hell? According to the standard American diet, I should be fucked up right now. I should be having all kinds of diarrhea. I should be, right? According to them, but no, my intelligence is gave me the whole download of what I need to be doing for me right now, and it has been working. So I'm okay. Oh, and the water thing. You mentioned water in a few of your videos, and so have a few other people.
Hmm.
And after assessing my whole journey with water, I can use my innate intelligence. Your videos validated what was already being told to me. And this is where a lot of people get it backwards, where they allow someone to tell them something and then they accept it. I already knew that there was something wrong, that I was always so dehydrated and I was drinking massive amount of water, a lot of water. And the doctors were telling me, oh my God, you're super dehydrated. I'm like, what? Don't tell me I'm dehydrated. I almost flipped out. And then I went and I saw like an empath, someone who like reads people's bodies, kind of like what I was doing to people. And even she said I was super dehydrated.
Hmm.
So I had like a intuitive and a doctor both tell me I was super dehydrated. So that has already been validated. I cut down my water intake drastically and my lips were not peeling anymore, literally instantly, like the same day. Because my lips used to bleed. I was super dry, like my lips were really dry. And after I started drinking the milk and eating the eggs, like I didn't need it anymore. I had a few ounces of water a day and I felt no dehydration for like the first time. I actually didn't feel dry,
Hmm. Right.
and I was like, holy there has to be some, you know what I mean? This is not bullshit what these people are talking about because I have already experienced it and this is just validation.
Hmm. What do
So
you
I
think?
appreciate
Yeah. What do you think about all of the vegans who don't care about what's natural and just do whatever they want? They don't care about nature.
I just think it's funny. Like I said, I have a humor. I have like a very I'm a really silly person. Me and my brother, we're like really silly and we joke about a lot of things. I joke about myself. I think it's funny simply because it's like once you're able to see like someone who's a vegan that's supporting, I think it's Daphne Reloaded,
Hmm.
whose channel I just found. She's like super amazing. And she mentioned this in one of her videos. And I thought it was funny because I never connected that like people who get Botox or just plastic surgery, you're supporting, um, what is that? Animal testing?
Right.
You don't care about like the animals being tested for your Botox and plastic surgery, but you're gonna fucking stab me because I'm eating an egg from a chicken that wasn't, put in a factory farm cage or shot up with hormones, or even a chicken that was just created in a lab because,
Hmm.
it's funny to me.
Yeah.
Just I'm not gonna argue. They're under a program. I was under a program too. I was under all of these programs. This is why I'm able to know the mentality of the individual that is trying to come at me. at this point in life, nobody can really say anything to me because I would have to care first. I would have to like, you're not going to engage me in an argument because I'm not trying to change your mind of anything to start with. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about it, man. These vegans, like everybody got to learn their lesson,
Mm.
you know, whether it be the hard way or whether it be, and the lesson really is to just open up your innate intelligence because you have it. We all have it. You just got to, break out of the programs that's blocking the signal. It's not your diet that's blocking the signal. It's the fucking program. It's your savior fucking victim program.
How do you see the future of veganism? Where do you think it's heading?
Oh, it's going to keep growing.
Yeah.
It's going to because, this is a cipher, man, that people are being put into. It's a cipher, right? Like people's souls are being dragged into ciphers and spun out. Like you said, like how long do people really, you see all these ex-vegans now, like I didn't even know there was an ex-vegan community. When I first saw the first title ex-vegan, I said, so maybe I can make a video about not eating and right because I really wasn't gonna even talk about it. I was like, whatever the fuck, people can. I'm just not doing this no more, right? But after I saw all the ex-vegan videos, I was like, oh well, what the fuck? Let me just, it wouldn't be right to allow someone else's uninformed program to stop me from saying something that is true and has been proven to myself countless times.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Is there anything special you would like to say to any vegans who are watching, or does that pretty much sum it up? Anything
I
important you
think
learned? any any special experience you remember? Anything else you would like to add?
oh,
Yeah, you can look through the
I
list.
just, yeah, let me see if I summed up on my diet. I talked about, I talked a lot about health and like how I tried to, suffice for the fats and how that just didn't work. I went in, so if people are feeling like they're having any of these symptoms that I was having, like if your teeth are weakening or if you're not knowing why your teeth are getting cavities, if your skin is starting to break out into these cysts like acne, um, really start to assess how much fat are you getting in your diet. Because my mom had told me this already last year when she was alive. So just try to not be so dogged about I know this, I know that, because if you're just accepting something that somebody told you is true, then you're really not being true to what is truth because, like I said, we all have clear knowing, but the second you give up your intelligence and say, this person knows more than me, you've given up that right. They're telling you what is best for your body. You've turned off your own intelligence, right? You said, no, this guru knows more than me. This dietitian knows more than me. My first, second, third, 12th grade college teacher, all these people know more than me. My boss at my job knows more than me. Even my mother knows more than me. Everybody your whole life knows more than you. Like, let's just really think about that, right? Like, this message is for vegans and people, period. Like, think about all the programs your whole life. I don't know, maybe something might not be working right for you anymore. Like, just assess is my health really optimal right now? And I looked at myself in the mirror the last day I went out to get the ice cream and my bones were sticking. Sorry, you guys. My bones were sticking out of my chest. Literally. My arm, I had sent you a picture. Like my arm, like bone, like I was horrified. I ran out and I was looking for anything with fat in it.
Mm.
And I also think people need to pay attention to the fact that cholesterol is disappearing out of food. And this was something, again, that my own innate intelligence told me. I didn't go Google this. I don't use Google. I don't do that. I've stopped using Google and all that for spirituality and all that a while ago, you know. But the cholesterol is, everything is low fat because I've been trying to gain weight for a while, for a few months before I had this crash. I'm like, where is the fat in the food? I remember getting really angry. Like, it's, look in the supermarket, you guys. I was going to make a video about this. All the cholesterol, the butter, the milk, everything is low fat. Yeah, you notice it, right?
Yeah.
It's terrible. I feel like it's a slow starvation agenda. And one day people are just, right, going to wake up and be like, holy fuck, I need some fat. Oh my God, everything is low fat. Oh my God. Fucking now I realize everything is low fat. Holy shit. I'm in the chalk line and the Grim Reaper is standing above me. Oh man, what are we gonna do, man? It's, you know, what are we gonna do, man? I guess that's it, though.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like I made a connection that the New Age and the religious communities have just switched places, you know, with the whole getting you with the veganism stuff. But so if people can just look at that and just be careful in that regard with, you know, we are the thing that we want. There's nothing outside of you. Like, it's all you. You know what I mean? All of it is you.
Mm.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, nobody has the power to do anything for you. It's you. Like, nobody is God here telling people what to fucking, like, oh my God. But
Yeah. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on your story.
yeah, man, I hope, you know, whatever, this message is going to reach whoever it's supposed to reach. So
Mm. Yeah.
that's... But I appreciate your channel a lot. And Daphne Reloaded, you guys are hilarious.